We want you people to take what's been done. We want you to take what's been thought about over the years and take it into this new century and this new future. It's about influencing government policy. It's about attracting and guiding investments. It's about defining the education needs. And it's about who do we involve, who do we engage. We want you to think deeper and wider and longer and bigger than you probably instinctively want to. We want you to really challenge yourselves about how you think. We want the action plans to think about agriculture generally, your industry, your business and you personally. We want you to think very, very long, but we want to know what you're going to do on Monday. When you get home, what are the first steps to that action? We're not just going to...
But now, I think more than ever, ag needs bright ideas and new ways of thinking. Some of the biggest challenges that we see in ag at the moment. How do we make money instead of lose it? How do we work smarter and not harder? And how do we try and reposition ag as a source of nutritious, clean green food and sustainable fibre?
You're a new generation, hopefully ready to take Australian agriculture into a brave new world of technological change, volatile global markets dominated by an emergent middle class in Asia, and consumers increasingly wanting a story with their produce, proof of provenance and sustainable ethical production.
Clearly, government has a role in promoting agricultural productivity growth and to foster innovation as a means of achieving that.
Just highlight some of the new technologies that are coming through, and I really want to focus on what they mean for Australian agriculture.
So no other nation has a similar system using a levy base with government co-funding to undertake research that ties industry, government and research communities. The model is the envy of the globe and is a world-class, all-encompassing network built on effective partnership and leveraged outcomes.
And my passion since I left college has been about improving the water use efficiency of irrigation.
Necessity is the mother of all innovation. The demands that we have on our resources in Australia will continue to drive new approaches and technologies in this area, so look forward to it.
So by 2020 we anticipate that our fixed wireless network will have 600,000 eligible premises that can connect into it, and our satellite network will have 400,000.
Westpac Agri is really excited about this forum to get 100 of some of the best and brightest minds in Australian agriculture in the room together as
There are
one group.
multiple dimensions to innovation. It's D, V and F. So D is for desirable, desire. The F is the feasibility. So people want it, right? Can we build it? But the third one is V for viability. Is it commercially viable?
I think the Australian farming community is only really just having the start of the debate about data ownership.
Our potential for productivity growth is immense.
The technology we believe is going to have the biggest impact on agriculture is actually a technology called blockchain.
What does a digital paddock offer? So we have got digital tools now, and it's certainly challenging the way that things are done.
But some really interesting conversations there, and some of them are quite hard and demanding, and some of them are offering solutions for what's coming in the future.
But since when did precision agriculture become smart farming? If you don't get the fundamentals right, smart farming doesn't actually mean something at all.
What we did was completely change the perception of Australian agriculture by creating awareness about the realities and value of farming. And we did this through unparalleled collaboration across sectors and across industry groups and across organizations.
People want to understand and own what is behind a product and a brand. Profits are essential, but the people really do make the business happen.
Ag is sexy, people are making money.
Free markets essentially reward efficiency. That's exactly what they do. We're a free market, we're trading with free markets, we've got all these free trade agreements. At their very nature, they reward efficiency. That's exactly what they do.
Cross sectors of the industry came together and created a shared vision, which led to not just the interoperability of technology, but the interoperability of people.
There are really approachable companies out there that are happy to work with you. You work well with them, they'll work really well with you, and we've absolutely found this with Coles.
And my view would be that there's enormous potential for you to use cultural diversity to your advantage.
You may think the driverless truck technology is a long way off, and it may be, but the components are not.
We'll be certainly focused on the dollars that we'll be spending and the returns that we'll be looking from those investments, and on our measurements on how we are performing, not just about dollars and cents, but how we grow Indigenous employment and businesses
We don't want you just all meeting here and you know, getting engaged with one another, and then you all go off and have great you know, you have great aspirations to do things and keep in touch, and then work takes over and you start to drop off again. So it's our role now to work out how can we best capitalise on what you have done here over the last 2.5 days. Australian agriculture has a great story to tell, but
the equation is simple. Innovation equals productivity. A 2011 report by the Rural Industries Research and Development Corporation found that innovation was a key driver of productivity and economic growth and the competitiveness of agriculture and other industries. And I guess there's no surprises there.
When we spoke about the next steps that we needed to consider to go forward, we said, you know, look, the ownership of the perception of ag industry is in our hands. Often we can be victims of you know, the challenges that we face. And that, you know, if we're taking away what we do on Monday, it's trying to change that perception. It's trying to change, you know, the opportunities and the positivity that ag holds, and really own that conversation. Seek out best practice. You know, really own the goal of trying to be part of that, you know, the 10% of the best in the industry.
The biggest thing that our group got out of the last 3 days, 2.5 days, was collaboration. We all spoke also about the leadership that the cotton industry has shown in being able to bring an industry together and have a unified approach. Perhaps utilise some of the lessons learned there to take a unified Australian agriculture approach. We need to break down this fragmented idea that my problems are different to your problems. We absolutely need to get those basics right, and they are not going to change. They haven't changed in 1,000 years, they're not going to change for another 1,000 years.
I suppose we had a conversation about collaborating with our farming groups, your next door neighbours, and pulling everyone together on the journey, not just moving forward on your own.
Making sure we take on the spirit of GrowAg into our weeks and months ahead.
Be brave, be bold, be creative in your outlook, be inspired, and be challenged.
Are you going to be a beneficiary, or are you going to be a victim?